Rest in peace, Roddy Piper.
Rest in peace.
Is where we start tonight.
I got the sads.
I got Sammy Sosa style love for Roddy Piper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
That's what all this shit was about.
I know.
You know, that's what Sammy used to do.
I know.
And I feel like if there was a Sammy Sosa fan out there, it probably wasn't Roddy Piper. I don't think he gave a shit about baseball.
Probably not.
No. But for the
Maybe
Danans,
he did. I don't know.
for the Danans who don't know, this is WWE Raw Talks Live. What we do on the show, we being me, my name is Ian. This is the artist formerly known as Mike Charles.
Yes.
We come to youtube.com/616entertainment as soon as Monday Night Raw ends, or like 10 minutes after it ends. You can take a night like tonight.
Yeah.
We review the show segment by segment, promo by promo, match by match.
Everything.
We throw our opinions in there. Sometimes he turns into a different person. Sometimes not even a human being.
What you never know.
You know what I mean? We recorded a podcast yesterday with the Dan by the name of Jimmy Wendell.
Jim Wendell.
And we spent about 20 minutes talking about the Austin Powers movies. So if that sounds like something you'd be into, that'll go up Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
It was a good combo.
But the Dan-Dans know.
Good topic-sation.
Topic-sation.
Conversation about a topic.
The Dan-Dans know that this show does not officially start until everyone has brown gloves.
Give me them brown gloves.
Do you have brown gloves?
Brown gloves. You know, I always come prepared with my brown gloves.
Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves. Does everyone have brown gloves? Oh, dude.
I love that. That's never going to not be a part of the show, so get used to it if you ain't used to it. We got Steve Schneider, a.k.a. Folkland, a.k.a. Yautja in the room. We got our boy named Jazz James in the room.
These are my two favorite boys.
Your favorite boys in the whole world?
I don't know. They're up.
What about your boy named of Corey Fisher?
He's abandoned me as a son. He's the prodigal son. I will, when he returns, because will return inevitably, I will welcome him with open arms. With arms wide open.
With arms wide open.
What's his fucking
Under sunlight.
What was that guy's name?
I don't know this boy. I don't know what you say. You know what I mean?
Let's just, I don't know.
Look at me. I think you got a boogie. Look at me, motherfucker. This way. Don't blow it in my mouth. I don't need that. If you did have a boogie, it's gone now. But I thought you had a boogie like a straggler.
If I had a boogie, would you get it for me?
No, I would tell you where it is and tell you to go take care of it.
Just go.
What are you, a child? What are you, a small boy child? I tell you all the time to go to the doctor or to go to the hospital, and you're like, you say that too much. Stop telling me to go to the hospital or doctor. You need to go. You need to go to the doctor.
I was just joking.
Jazz James
because I said I would wipe my nose with my arm. You're a dumbass.
Jazz James is in the room, and he says that he missed Raw tonight. What did we think of it? Also, R.I.P. Roddy. Well, you know what, Jazz James? You came to the right place because we review the show. You know what I mean? I think it's about time to start reviewing the show. But our new format that we started 2 or 3 weeks ago is we talk about the A story, right? Talk about the B story, and then we get to all the filler because nobody gives a fuck about most of the filler. So let's talk about the important shit first.
Okay.
What did you interpret as the A story this week?
Well, there were 3 main stories.
Captain McKay enjoys my Scott Stapp.
I
enjoy it.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
I thought I was feeling Scott.
Yeah.
I was going to say Scott Coker, but he's the owner of
Bellator. President,
yeah.
I got something to show Captain McKay real quick because he'll give a shit. Hey, Captain McKay, I got the Dark Knight Returns box set Superman figure.
That's badass.
Isn't that pretty sweet?
How much you spending on that?
$12.
That's a solid piece of equipment.
Yeah,
$12.
He's got a little bit of a shitty leg, but I don't play with him anyway. He's a decoration on the shelf.
Does it affect his stand-up
And
ability?
it's too weird to put it back over there. It does affect his stand-up ability a little bit, but the cape also kind of acts as a kickstand, and there's a peg where his foot goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let Captain McKay know that he is a piece of shit in a certain way, and he has me buying figures now.
Does he have that one?
I don't know. Ask him.
Do you have that one, Captain McKay? That's wrong. No, huh?
So tell me about the A story.
Well, it's got to either be the main event or the opener.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt like it was the opening segment because that had the world title involved, the WWE World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
not the world title. That's unclear. Don't.
So what was?
Don't jump on me, internet.
What was the opener?
So Seth Rollins comes out, who is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Is it just me, or is WWE hard to say?
It is. No,
I
it
struggle with
definitely
it.
is. Especially when you're saying it fast, and like that championship title has like 8 words in it. It's a challenge.
It is.
But he comes out and he's bragging about how he broke John Cena's nose.
Broke his nose. Broke his nose. Broke his nose.
And like his excuse is that he felt bad for John Cena. So he was sympathetic. He wanted the match to end, and he got caught up. It could have happened to anybody. But he's such a liar.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse. But then he challenges John Cena to a match at SummerSlam, title for title.
Yeah. Which, when he said this, he goes, John, I say we do it one more time. Me versus you. Title for title.
Yeah.
The WWE World Title, the United States title. No one's ever held them at the same time. And when he said that, I'm like, what does he have up his sleeve? Because obviously he's kind of he is the pussy heel.
Yeah.
So he's throwing out this challenge to like the #1 guy in the company over the past decade.
Right. Putting his title on the line.
What does he have up his sleeve?
I don't know, but he's got something.
We're talking about the broken nose. One of the things I like the most about this promo was when he's talking about the nose and he breaks it and he felt bad about it. He goes, now obviously this match should have been stopped and John Cena's United States title should have come over to me. Obviously that referee was not the humanitarian that I am.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great line. And he goes, I felt bad for John and I got caught. It was my fault.
Yeah.
Just like so sarcastically owning up to it. I loved it.
No, it was
Seth does not he doesn't overly impress me with his promos most of the time. Like he's okay on the microphone.
Yeah, right.
This was really good
This was
stuff.
a good
from
one.
him. Very good stuff from him.
I liked when he fucked up that one time. It was like, blah, 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 shut up.
and then he walks over to Kane, and Kane's just like, no, it's okay, because these people don't know what
Oh, man.
I love it. So, Seth, what does he do?
So he challenges John Cena. John Cena was not on Raw tonight, so he didn't answer. But then he was like, you do this U.S. Open challenge. I'm going to do an open challenge of my own. Anyone who wants to come out and face me for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Joe was in the ring. Oh, one of the top cutie patooties in the whole land. Oh. And Seth goes, he puts out the stipulation that the challenger has to be under 6 feet tall.
Oh, right.
And under 200 pounds. And she goes, so basically you're going to have a match with El Torito. But then the music hits. And it's like, God damn it. Like, I thought maybe we'd get a good match here. But then the music stops and music of boy name of Neville plays.
He forgot about Neville.
And both of us were just like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
This is going to be a good match.
Yeah.
I love that Neville boy. Because I always know I'm going to be entertained during a Neville match.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a good match. Uh-oh.
Are we having stream problems here?
I hope not.
Dan, are we having stream problems? It looked like something bad happened there.
Yeah, let us know.
Keep me updated on that shit.
It was a great match. It was the best match tonight.
Best match, boy.
Neville, as always, is amazingly entertaining.
Yes.
So high flying.
So fucking good. So fucking good.
He did that. I don't know if he has a name for it, but it, like you said, is basically the red arrow off the corner, like reversed, going out of the ring.
Basically a 360 moonsault from the top to the outside.
Right.
And that was like right after he did his running like corkscrew plancha thing that he always does.
Yeah.
But he did it on the side with a barricade tonight, which usually he does it towards the ramp where it's open and he has plenty of room. He held back tonight to where he jumped and landed with like 3 feet to spare.
Yeah.
The control that guy has on his body is just unbelievable.
Oh,
I fucking love Neville. And another thing that I love that you don't get very often is a legitimately good false finish.
Dude.
And there was a part tonight where
there were two.
I know, but to start off,
yeah,
I think Rollins was going for a pedigree. And he put him down in like the pedigree position. And then Neville sweeps the legs out and he does the somersault over into the cover. And it was like 1, 2, kick out right there.
Like 2.9.
One of the problems I had with it though was it was really close, and I thought maybe Neville was gonna win, and then there'd be some fuckery, and the belt goes back to Seth the way Jericho did in 2000 over Triple H, but that's not what they did. But what I didn't like was JBL in commentary. Cole was like, "That looked like a 3," and JBL goes, "I think it was a 3. I think the ref stopped because he figured Seth was going to kick out anyway." What the fuck are you talking about?
That logically does not make any sense.
It doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. So what you're insinuating is one of your senior officials doesn't have any integrity as a referee and stopped counting because he figured, well, this guy's not going to win.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you saying? Shut up. Don't say dumb shit like that. That bothered me. Because that puts in our head that Neville should be the champ right now, and we got fucked. But we didn't get fucked by the bad guy. We got fucked by the incompetence of the referee.
Right.
We're not watching fucking 2014 NFL games. You know what I mean?
That's a good reference.
It's dated, but...
Hey, man. I just like to point out that Kill King 45 says that the artist is funnier than Ian. # bag of glass.
That's all right.
So
everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Well,
however wrong they are, you know. It's all right.
Opinions
are like assholes. Everyone is one.
Yes. You've never been righter.
Captain McKay says there was about 10 seconds of stream issues, but it seems okay now.
Okay, good.
I need to keep this window pulled out a little bit so I can keep an eye on that there. Captain McKay says, did anyone at all happen to mention how Dana White downplayed wrestling? I know Rollins is cutting into him on Twitter. No. Not only did they not mention Dana White at all and how Dana was said, oh, fake shit should be $9.99.
They're not going to reference somebody calling.
Not only that, but the UFC logo was all over Raw.
I know.
Because they played not only did they bring up Ronda's name like 4 times, Team Bad, the Sasha, Naomi, and Tamina, they were saying, like, everyone's talking about Ronda Rousey. They should be talking about Team Bad, beautiful and dangerous. And then they play the interview from UFC 189 of Ronda in the ring with a UFC logo on the screen.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Ronda's on TV with the title talking about Roddy, and then they pan out and Joe Rogan's there. It says, rest in peace, Roddy.
Yeah.
So Joe Rogan made his Raw debut.
That was interesting.
Like, we've had Ronda Rousey in the ring at WrestleMania, so we've seen her in the ring before. Right. Joe Rogan tonight makes his WWE debut. Big news. That should have been the title for this episode. Rogan debuts. Powerful. But Steve says, oh, man, that opening match was amazing to get us back on track, and he fucking is. Tell me about that opening match.
Well, we've gotten into it. There was another move. I don't know what it's called, but it was when Neville, like, used his feet and pulled Rollins
a reverse
over and, like, land him on his head.
Yeah.
And that, I think, looks awesome. And you said most of the time they roll the guy that the move is being done to rolls through.
He'll head spike like a pile driver and then, like, fall backwards.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Seth fucked up or if he just didn't feel like falling on his head tonight. So he just kind of landed on, like, his upper shoulders off this reverse Frankensteiner. But it looked awesome.
I think it looked better, yeah.
It looks like I would love to see a guy like Neville use that as a finisher. I understand why he doesn't, because he can't do that to everyone.
Right.
Big Show's not going to be able to take that move. Kane's not going to be able to take that move. And when you're a little guy like Neville is, one of the things you need to be able to do is face the big guys, because they always put you up against adversity.
Right.
You know? That's why Mysterio's move was him flying through the fucking ropes and then bouncing off of them. Because he can do that to fucking anyone.
Right.
Literally anyone. Steve says UFC stands for Undertaker fights Cena. Taker versus Cena confirmed for WrestleMania. Spoilers! Whoa. Jesus fucking Christ, man. You know I don't like spoilers. I don't really appreciate that. Steve, be nicer next time. Steve, also, I still have your Predator versus Judge Dredd comics. I have not shipped them out yet, but I will soon. Let's talk about the finish.
Yes.
I hated it.
Wait, we didn't talk about the second false finish.
Before the finish, Neville goes up to the top rope. Red arrow comes down, smash, crash, right onto Seth Rollins. Rolls him up. 1, 2. What the fuck is that over there?
Yeah.
That shit drives me insane. And the Dan-Dans, if they watched Raw, know what I'm talking about. If not, Neville hits the red arrow. He goes for the pin. The referee is over here making the count. And it's 1, it's 2, and then the referee has fucking spider senses and realizes that Rollins' foot is on the rope And he goes, and he points at the foot that's on the rope, which was not even close to being in his line of sight.
No.
Who the fuck told him the foot was on the rope? Why didn't he look at the feet before the count? Like, I don't think wrestling is real. So when fake shit happens, it doesn't bother me. But when, like, fake-looking shit, like lightning, that's fucking cool. But when some shit like this that just doesn't make any sense happens, I get angry. Because it's people not paying attention, not doing a good job, and it's just fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
If you're going to give me nonsense, give me nonsense on a fucking silver platter that says nonsense in Comic Sans. You know what I mean?
Not Comic Sans.
Jokerman.
Okay.
Okay.
Jokerman
font.
Yes.
But I hate that bullshit with the foot on the rope. This was another moment where I thought it was a great time for 1, 2, 3. Our winner, a new champion. Then Triple H comes out. It was just like, whoa. I don't think so.
Yeah.
How do you not see that foot clearly on the bottom rope? You know, so then Neville gets fucked 2 times, and it just looks like, whoa, this guy should be our world champion twice right now. You know?
Yeah.
Tell me, what would you think about that? Before I started bitching about it, was that something that stood out to you as dumb?
I didn't notice it.
You didn't notice it? Okay.
No.
You were just like, oh, the referee saw it.
Yeah.
But that could just be what comes with you watching for a couple of years.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it was initially, like, when he counted 1, I didn't even notice the foot was on the rope. Because, like, I was watching the count, you know? So, like, my eyes weren't on the foot. And then I was like, what's going to... Oh, the foot's there. And then I was just like... And then my eyes were on the foot. And then the ref was... So I didn't even notice, like, the way... I wasn't paying attention to the ref. You know what I mean?
Steve says, at the second false finish being covered up, as during pins, you try to see shoulders and ropes at the same time. But that's not physically possible when there's 2 men in front of you blocking, completely obstructing your field of vision from the ropes.
Right. So
the referee was 1, 2. Oh, look at that shit up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, I know where Steve's coming from, but that's not what they did. That's not how they pulled it off. They didn't pull it off at all. It was bullshit. And they didn't do a good job with it. And that's all I have to say about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to talk about next? Great match, though. One of the best Raw matches.
Why didn't you like the finish?
Because it was dumb. Because they fucked it up.
No. That's the finish you didn't like? I thought...
Oh, I thought the finish was bad because Neville... it's the rope break. You didn't win. And then Neville spends 35 seconds going, what?
Yeah.
What's a rope break?
I hate that shit.
What do you mean a rope break? But I pinned him.
I do hate that shit.
Oh, you said it was a rope break. Just do it again. He didn't even move him.
No.
He's going to leave him in the same spot where he just pinned him and there was a rope break.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to hit the red arrow again, pin him again. There's going to be another fucking rope break.
Yeah.
He did nothing to change the situation that fucked him over the first time. Bad execute. And then Seth is just like, oh, pedigree. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It was dumb. The pedigree looked like $1 million. Best looking pedigree I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, his head was like below his legs.
Yeah.
Like he threw his legs up way in the fucking air.
Steve Schneider says that pedigree was amazing.
Yeah, it really was.
Stream issues.
It looked like he died from death.
I think
the quality is just shit.
Well, I have the quality turned down right now, so it's not taxing the Wi-Fi.
Okay, let me turn my Wi-Fi
If you're
off.
downloading anything, knock that shit off, son.
I normally have Wi-Fi off during Raw because the fucking it just sucks.
Steve Schneider says, which is why he didn't immediately catch the rope break. Nope. He says, nah, he's good. The angle just made it look impossible. Stop.
I scratched. I don't know what you want me to do.
And he says the pedigree was amazing, and he's spot on with that because it was a great looking pedigree. I want to talk about the first Divas match we had tonight.
Okay.
Because to me, not to Mina, but to me, the B story tonight is the continuing angle with the Divas Revolution.
Okay.
Because Roman and Bray was sandwiched in with Orton, Sheamus, and I guess Dean is feuding with Luke just because so they can have a tag match.
That was a very strange main event.
It was. And they didn't do dick to promote it all night other than throw the graphic up.
I was very...
Like, there was one promo.
When that was going on, that match started, and then I looked at the time, I'm like, is this the main event? I didn't even know.
Yep.
And
why would you assume that's going to be the main event when you have Taker Lesnar being built for SummerSlam and a world title match being built for SummerSlam?
Lesnar was there, but Taker wasn't there, so
Yeah.
you couldn't just have Heyman talking about Undertaker as the main event. But
they could, they just didn't. So the Divas Revolution, the
Mhm.
tag match was the first one we had,
right,
and we got a little bit of news tonight. It's no longer just Paige and Charlotte and Becky. Now they are the submission sorority. I like that name.
I like
I think
it
it's pretty cool
because
it's a little dumb
because they're girls,
and they all have submission moves.
Yes.
Yeah, they all have submission finishers. Even though Paige used to have like 4 finishers, now she only really has 1 that matters. And Charlotte's finish in NXT wasn't the figure 8; it was the goddamn somersault diamond cutter thing that she used to do, called the Natural Disaster.
And then Becky Lynch has the arm bar thing.
Mhm.
I don't remember what they call
it.
The
disarmor.
Yeah.
Steve says he killed the chat again, but that's not true at all. Steve is one of the main MVPs of our chat tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and not just tonight, but always.
Always Bane.
Jazz James says he's keeping it alive. Jazz is doing his part. And Captain McKay's in the house saying, so his reign's basically been dropped out of the main event picture. For now, kind of.
He's in the main event tonight?
He's in the main event, but he's not like chasing the title right now.
That's not. Yeah, he hasn't been since WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I don't think he will be for a while.
No.
I think they've kind of realized, like, oh, we have a talented kid here, and he's over. When it's time, it's time.
He was in it when there was like the 4-way match between Seth, Reigns, Ambrose, and somebody else. Orton?
Yeah.
But that's...
Well, it's a 4-way,
so
you kind of shoehorn as many people into those as possible anyway. So I think Captain McKay is really there.
He has been out of the main event picture for quite a while at this point.
Steve says Google submission sorority and you'll get a lot of porn videos.
Oh, I'm sure.
Don't expect that name to last. So I want to know who came up with it, and then I want to know who okayed it. And was just like, bro, this is what like it's fucking Vince Russo. This is where we're going to go with it, bro. We're going to do the submission sorority. Usually you Google those things because you need to find out if someone holds the copyright or something like that.
Yeah.
So no one Googled it. Give me a Google here. Let's see what we come up with. The first result is Paige, Charlotte, Becky Lynch format. But you go to videos.
You go to videos, that's a lot of porn.
Hazed girl sorority submission. Real sorority hazing submission. Hazed girl sorority lesbian. Haze her sorority submission. Oh, this is a lot of lesbian sex. Now, do you think they're building towards an angle where Paige, Becky, and Charlotte become lesbian sex video people?
We can only hope.
You vocalized many times tonight how big your crush on Becky is getting.
Yeah, man. When she first showed up, I'm like, all right, I can get into Becky. And
now,
like,
Becky, I can get into.
The more I've been hanging out, watching Raw, I'm like, man, she might be like number 2 to Paige at this point. Yeah.
What's it gonna take for someone to overthrow Paige for you?
Better looking. I don't know. You can't put that into words.
Yeah.
It's hard to be like, oh well, I need a nose that's shaped like this. I don't fucking know. You see a girl, and then it's just Yeah. It
was very inspiring, very insightful.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this fucking tag match.
All right, talk about it.
The first thing I wrote down is I don't think, this is what I fucking know. The Divas Revolution thing is one of my favorite things that's happening on Raw.
They're finally doing something of substance with the Divas.
It's almost like it's not that they're finally doing something, because they've always done something.
They're doing something good.
Whether it's the Bellas are bad. Oh, now the Bellas are good because they're facing a minority. Oh, and now the Bellas are bad again. Wait, there's a minority. Bellas are good. Like, that's the bullshit they were pulling for so long. But now that they've pulled these other girls up, it's like, you know what I'm saying? And like, this is some good shit.
And there were just so few Divas. There was like 4 of them.
Jazz James says you have a chance with Paige. Cut a promo to get Paige into you right now. I'm going to give you the floor.
Paige, I would. Oh God, I'm so nervous. So, see, this is what would happen if I was ever. Oh, good Joan.
Good Joe.
Dan, Ian just
Cut your page promo.
I can't. I'm too nervous. I blew it. I blew my shot.
You got it.
Steve Schneider's calling you.
Steve Schneider, a.k.a. Fokelin. What does this boy want? Look at this handsome boy.
Oh, this is warm stuff.
Well, if it isn't Fokelin himself.
I just want to say you got to book another match for 6/16/2016. I want that Captain McKay. I don't like the way he treats me, and he tells me to stop talking to his friend, and it's on. I just want to say that.
I saw this.
FreelanceWrestling.com.
Yeah, bye.
That's big news. So we need to go down the card real quick. We're going to get back to the Divas Revolution. But
this time.
June 16th, 2016, there's a huge fight card going down.
Yeah.
The main event is going to be the artist formerly known as Mike Charles taking on the Cult of Personality in a 3-round fight. Mixed martial arts rules. That's a huge fight. The co-main event that I'm going to book right now, the co is going to be Steve Schneider, a.k.a. Fokelin, versus Captain McKay Random in a 3-round fight. This is big news, man. This is big news. Captain McKay says, "It's on, you son of a bitch."
I can't believe
this.
It's
It's personal. If the Danians don't know, they can follow at Captain McKay or at Fokelin on Twitter to get the news and find out what started this blood feud today. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other fights booked. I think I'm fighting KVE. I'm not sure. I don't really want to fight him.
This is crazy, man. This is the first 616 fight.
You kind of look like R-Truth. You look like you belong in a 90s hip-hop video. Tie it like a do-rag.
I'm trying.
Do you know how?
Nope.
You're way too white to know how to do that.
I know. Can you do it for me?
I'm not going to. We have a fucking show to do.
Talk while you talk.
You look like a gay Mortal Kombat palette swap ninja.
What's my name?
Sub-Queero.
Why is it gotta be gay bashing?
Because it's not gay bashing. Because to say someone is gay is not gay bashing. That's like if I say you're white. That's not white bashing. It's not racist. It's just an observation.
What if I don't want to be white?
Get your elbow out of my face. I don't like your elbow being this close to my face. You look fine. It's fine. There, that's good enough. Jazz James says, "Don't forget that I'm the artist water boy. And don't forget that I'm in the artist corner. And that's how you know the artist is going to win by first round submission." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got the Divas tag match.
I'm training. And Brie.
Yeah,
right? The two
because
belts.
Alicia Fox, I was like, oh shit, Alicia's going to wrestle tonight, which I like because she's pretty and I'm into her. That is the most disgusting burp you've ever burped.
Just move past it.
You burped into my golden scarf.
With my mouth closed.
Yeah, but then it came out of your nose, so you got booger sauce in it. Fucking, you're just a vile human being.
That's how it works.
You are a piece of crap. A piece of crap. You emit a foul and unpleasant odor. I loathe you.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to Jigsaw.
Who do you think you are? I am.
What a fight card we have right here. Steve says, "Sorry for going into business for myself there, Ian."
No,
it's not that you're going into business for yourself because it's a 616 Entertainment fight card. The first ever 616 Entertainment fight card. So if anything, it's just promotion. You look like Queen Latifah.
Not even a little.
I think you do. So, tag match.
Tag match.
I thought it was a good match. I thought it was really fun.
It was fun.
How'd we finish?
It was it Becky?
Yeah.
Made Nikki tap out with her arm, her disarmer, which is good. I mean, obviously they just named the submissions. Is it the submission sorority or the sorority? It's the submission sorority.
Yeah. What else would it be?
So nothing. Sorority submission doesn't make sense.
No.
So I would assume that they would want them like to show them winning with a submission,
which they did.
Which they did.
Charlotte locks the figure 8 in on the champion Nikki Bella.
Okay, it was Charlotte.
Yeah,
that's right. Okay, I fucked up.
And she makes the champion tap clean.
Yeah,
right in the middle of the ring.
Right in the middle of the ring.
That's big. That shows you what they're trying to do here. Not only that, but last week Sasha makes Paige tap clean with her move. Yep. So there's a lot of putting over of these of the not lower girls, but the new girls going on right now, which is fucking awesome. So it was a really good match. We're going a little slow here, so we're going to pick up the pace. We're going to move on. Miz TV. Okay. Miz, host Miz TV, says a couple nice things about Roddy Piper right in the beginning. Right. There would be no Miz TV without Piper's Pit. Right. Blanca Blanca. Blanca is from Street Fighter. So what happened?
So he's got Kevin Owens and Cesaro on Miz TV tonight. So Owens comes out first, and he's basically talking about how he beat John Cena. He's gonna go far in this company. Cesaro comes out to mid sentence. He comes up with he coins the chant "Walk Owens Walk" because Owens is always walking away when he's like, I don't want, this isn't a match. I'm fighting on my terms. And Cesaro was like, you're a piece of shit.
That's not what he said.
He should have.
He didn't do walk Owens walk until later.
He said it. No, he said it in some context.
Owens was already standing up. You skipped over the part where Owens says, you haven't accomplished in 3 years what I have accomplished in 3 months. No, you've never beat John Cena.
When he initially, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think when he initially sat down, he said something. He said walk Owens walk. Like he was like, I couldn't miss walk Owens walk out here.
And the reason Owens got so upset is because Cesaro has the mic. And he said that Owens is an embarrassment to every other WWE superstar. Right. He's disrespectful. He's a piece of shit. And he wishes his dog died.
He didn't say that. Cesaro wouldn't wish dog death.
Wade Barrett would, though. He doesn't like dogs. Yeah. He's a cat boy. So Owens gets up and he gets in his face. There's about to be a tussle. And then Miz is just like, whoa, guys. And they both go, shut up! At the same time, which was funny. I like that. These Miz TV sketches lately have been really good.
Yeah, because of the guys that are on them.
Yeah, but Miz does lend something to it. Like,
yes,
that's what Miz is made for, in my opinion. Like Jim Ross said on his podcast a long time ago when he was talking about like the mid-card scene, and he talks about the Miz. He's like, the Miz is a guy who he'd be like a great Paul Heyman. Miz is a great manager. And then JR got all these letters saying like, a way to bury his in-ring ability. Like you think he's that bad that he should just be a Paul Heyman? JR goes, look, I never said that. I never said he shouldn't wrestle. But that's what I said is he's a great manager. Yeah. He didn't bury him at all. He just didn't
compliment that.
He didn't encourage his in-ring work the way he did his mic work.
Right. If his mic work is better than his ring work, then that's the fucking truth. And I do think...
And not a lot of guys are good on the mic, so it's a compliment.
Exactly. And like when he was with Mizdow, when there was that whole gimmick was going on, he was good in that,
Yeah. I like that this sketch gives these two guys a lot of mic time.
Yes.
Because Owens is not fantastic on the microphone.
Right.
Cesaro's not even good on the microphone. Like I
thought he was okay.
He's got bad instincts. He's not a good actor. Like he's a fantastic athlete, but Owens gets in his face and he drops this line on him where he's just like, and then dun.
Yeah.
And Cesaro should have been like, and then like look to the crowd for like, you believe he said this to me?
Yeah.
And then come back. Owens is like, da, and he's like, yeah, well, I don't think you should. And it's like, let it breathe.
Yeah.
Let it breathe, what he said right there. Let it sink in. Let the people go, oh, and then let them go, you got to get him, Cesaro. Get him back.
Right.
He immediately dove right back into it. And I think if there's one thing that's holding him backstage, it's they look at him and they go, we can't make a video package out of this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can send him to fucking Jimmy Kimmel with the belt, and he'll be handsome and he'll be dressed well and he's a good speaker.
Sure.
But as an actor, I think that's hard.
No, definitely. Which sucks because I love Cesaro.
Yeah. I really like Walk Owens Walk.
I do
and there
too.
might be a lot of people who just like, oh, this makes Kevin Owens look like a pussy. First he loses 2 matches to John Cena, #buried. And now they're doing a whole angle about how he runs away from fights. Guess what? He's a bad guy.
Right.
He's going to walk away. When he says he's going to do it on his terms, that's what bad guys do.
Right. And it's
Bad guys will get in your face and be like, I'm going to fight you right now. And you say, okay, let's do it. He's like, I mean, like right now, man, I'm not wearing the right shoes.
Yeah.
Man, I got a blister on my foot. You want me to fight right now? Come on. What do you, that's what bad guys do.
Right.
Brother. You know what was really important tonight?
What was
Rusev versus Mark Henry.
No, it wasn't.
You want to know how important I was? I wrote down whatever, who cares.
Yeah, I didn't write anything down.
Rusev wins. No
Cool.
Lana.
No Lana. What the hell?
No Lana.
No Ziggler.
No Ziggler. No Dog Ziggler. And no Fish.
Bring back the fish. Bring back the fish.
That's a hard chant to get going. Dude.
We had Summer Rae, who's the budget Lana.
When it came out that Piper was dead, Rusev put up a tweet. The last Piper's Pit ever was Rusev and Lana on there, and Piper
really?
they were talking to. And Rusev tweeted it in character, and it was like, R.I.P. Roddy, last Piper's Pit, me and Lana the Coldfish. It was so funny. Man, long live Tong Po, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Paige versus Naomi.
Okay.
That was all right.
The other two match, yeah.
That was great.
The tag match was much better.
Yep, I agree.
But
Paige is on the Stone Cold podcast tonight.
yes.
And I don't have to work tomorrow, which is rare that I don't work a Tuesday. So what's going to happen immediately after this is I'm going to put the set back the way it goes. I'm going to sit right there. I'm going to play a little bit of MLB 15 the show, Road to the Show mode, and on the other TV, we'll be watching that Stone Cold podcast.
That sounds like a good idea.
You know what I'm saying? Hennekins. No smell, no tell, water.
A-G
Man, if someone doesn't like Seinfeld, that's not someone I want to
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Paige Naomi was pretty good. Ryder versus Barrett.
Okay, what
I wrote down, who gives a shit?
We haven't seen Barrett in weeks.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Ryder in years at this point.
The two things I wrote down were, who gives a shit?
There was no reason for this to happen. It was just,
this is why 3 hours is too much.
Yeah, no, it was a 15 minutes, like, we just got to put something in. It was completely pointless. Completely. I can't even speak how pointless it was.
8-man tag. This was a really good match. We had Los Matadores and the Lucha Dragons versus
New Day,
2/3 of the New Day and the Ascension.
I feel like Xavier never wrestles.
He's the guy
always
who's
just the hype man.
outside
Which is fine.
more often because he's so fucking good.
Which is fine.
And I just want to say to Dan Nance right now that Xavier Woods / Austin Creed has his own YouTube channel called Up Up Down Down. It's a gaming channel. And it's so good because if you're into video games, you want to watch it anyway. But if you're also into wrestling, it's Let's Plays with, Xavier Woods and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods and Cesaro. Just gotta stretch my neck right there.
Yeah.
I'm just stretching. And Xavier's like,
So
you didn't get scared by that? He goes, no, I'm just stretching. I'm getting ready. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he's like, why do you scream when you get ready? He's like, I'm just getting into it, man. And then at the end, they talk about how he was like, this has been jump scares here on Up, Up, Down, Down. I want to thank Big Wool. They call him Big Wool because they're not allowed to use their wrestling names. And then he goes, we'll call you Big Wool. This is in the beginning. And he goes, okay. He goes, you know why we call him Big Wool? And Big E goes, because I sweat a lot. I'm a big sweater. That's what he said. But it's so funny.
How did he say it in like a white man's voice? Like
Not really. He did a voice,
No.
but and then at the end when he was like, "This has been jump scares," Big E goes, "I'm waiting for it to get scary." What the fuck? I'm getting a phone call from Middletown, New York, and I think I know who this
I know
is.
who that is.
We may have a captain in the room. Who might this be?
My name is Captain McKay, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit!
I have just been challenged publicly on WWE Raw Talks by one Steve Snyder, a.k.a. Folkland. And I want him to know that I accept this challenge. I accepted it publicly both
Twitter, YouTube, and any other medium he wishes to challenge me on, I got his number. And I've got your number, sir, and I'd like to take this opportunity, if I may, to add a stipulation to our match at 61616 next year. What do you say?
I think, you know what?
I think.
As the commissioner of this fighting league, I'm going to okay it. Oh, shit. Cap, I just showed your phone number. Nobody look at that.
It's fine. If I get all these phone calls for the rest of the night from all of my adoring fans as I go in and attack Steve Schneider, both verbally and next year physically, it has to happen. I'd like to make this a hair versus hair match.
Ooh.
We are both hair boys. We both know what's on the line. He can accept it or he can leave it on the table. It's up to him.
This is huge news.
Absolutely.
Cap, I want to thank you for calling in. We'll get an answer for you by the end of the night.
My pleasure. FreelanceWrestling.com.
What a well-spoken young man, too.
You know what? He's
Very
a well-spoken
very
young man,
articulate.
and he got to the point. There was no dilly-dallying about any sort of bullshit. And you know what? He took, like, I don't even have his number. Like, that is the first time I've ever contacted Captain McKay via telephone.
Really?
He did it to me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
I wonder how I got your number.
I just, you know what I think we got to do?
Steve Schneider, we know you're listening. Call in immediately as soon as you have a chance.
He already did.
No, call back to accept the hair versus hair.
Hair boys, hair boys, hair boys, hair boys, hair boys.
One's not going to be a hair boy. One's not going to be a hair boy. That's not a good one.
One bald boy, one bald boy, one bald boy.
One bald boy. One bald boy.
Drink this.
I'm very excited.
Drink this. Drink this. This is such a huge fight card that things are just breaking down. Steve Schneider says, what? Jazz James says, this is the greatest night in the history of our sport. And I just want to point out that that's exactly what he said when we had a live Monopoly World Title match. You got to pop that shirt off because it's all wet. You know, we only have like one stream of water. That's kind of weird the way that broke down. But you still got to pop that shirt off.
Look at they got to see this. Look at how it curved.
That's what I'm saying. Here, you got to come over here, though. I ain't about to give a fucking tour of my bedroom, you know what I'm saying? Come around the corner. Would you sit down, you fuck?
Move your fucking chair in.
You didn't ask me to.
Look at this.
I'm getting a phone call from Steve Schneider,
Don't show
a.k.a.
his phone.
Folklin. His phone number won't show up because I have him as a contact.
Look at this weird little line.
Folklin, the floor is yours.
I have to think about it.
You have to think. He said he had to think about it, and he hung up. Whoa.
He's a bitch. You're a bitch, Folklin.
You think he's a bitch boy?
You're scared? Are you scared to lose
I don't
your
think he's a
fucking
bitch
hair?
boy. I don't think he's a bitch
He's
boy.
not a bitch boy. But he's scared to lose his hair. That's what I'm saying.
Freelance Wrestling is no doubt the hottest independent wrestling company. You fucked that all up, didn't you?
Yeah.
The hottest
It's your fault.
independent wrestling company on the scene here in Chicago. But 616 Entertainment Fighting Championship, Fighting Kingdom, is getting huge.
I don't know what to
It's getting, and you know what? We're not competing with Freelance Wrestling. This is, if anything,
fights.
co-promotion. I would love to have Freelance Wrestling boys come over to the 616 Fighting Kingdom.
Whoa.
I would love for that to happen.
Whoa.
Can you imagine what it would be like seeing Nigel Bravo go up against Chris Castro in a fucking MMA fight? Can you imagine what it would be like seeing Matt Nix going one-on-one with Corey Fisher in an MMA fight? Imagine what would happen to the world if you saw Stevie Fierce go one-on-one with Michael Thomas Robinson in an MMA fight.
The battle for most handsome boy. Because I'll tell you, one man is not leaving so handsome.
Depending on how the fight goes, maybe neither one of them will be very handsome. That's weird.
I'm getting all pumped and boned.
Pumped and fun.
Boned, pumpkin bones.
So Xavier Woods is a great boy with his own YouTube channel. And he was on my favorite YouTube channel of all time today, which was Kind of Funny / Kind of Funny Games. Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, Nick Scorpino Team Gettys, and their boy name of Kevin Coelho, who
Now Nigel Bravo's calling me.
I'll hold it up for the camera.
How do I get it on speaker?
You press it when it comes on.
Nigel Bravo, you're live on Raw Talks.
I accept all MMA fight challenges.
From anyone?
Yeah, anyone. I'm the Monopoly champion. I'm pretty sure I could handle myself in MMA.
Those are two different sports entirely.
I know, but, I think they got a lot of similar skill sets.
Who do you think, so since he's issuing an open challenge, who do you think we should give him?
Who should Nigel fight?
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it, but I'd either go with Chris Castro or Bryce Benjamin.
I think Bryce Benjamin would be a good choice. Or Kurt. I mean,
we could build a whole angle about how Nigel thinks Bryce Benjamin broke out his car windows.
I'm not.
Oh my God! I think he did break my windows. Now that you mention that, oh that motherfucker! I'm gonna get him so good in MMA. He's gonna wish he never got into it.
Before we wrap up,
I gotta go. I gotta go do my taxes, guys.
Dude, what about no taxes?
Yeah, well, you know what? They say they're gonna put me in jail for never doing taxes this whole time. I got a thing called an audit. I don't know what that is. But
so now
it's not good.
So the current Monopoly World Champion is sometimes taxes Nigel.
Hey guys, I don't know. I'm trying to get out of it. If you know any lawyers, please send them my way.
I don't.
I have no money, but I have a lot of guitar strings I can trade.
You got broken glass too.
Yeah, I'm going to save that to put inside of Daniel after I destroy him.
Put inside of it.
I totally forgot Daniel was a part of this. Nigel, before you get off the line with us, do you have any threatening words for Daniel Zerbian, who is your next challenger for the 616 Entertainment Monopoly World Championship?
I got this to say to you, Daniel. Look, I worked with you. I know your weaknesses. I know what's behind those sunglasses. And let me tell you, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of your haircut. I'm not afraid of your dice skills because I've loaded the dice with all of my magic. I got you, Daniel. You know what? I'm pretty sure I'm more scared of the artist than I am of you. And the artist isn't even a threat.
Ooh. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I'll pass this message along to Daniel and Bryce Benjamin.
Yeah, yes. I really liked Dog Ziggler from the other one.
What?
When they called him Dog Ziggler instead of Dolph.
Well, it was a dog.
It was a dog. It wasn't Dolph. They didn't call Dolph Ziggler.
I know,
Dog Ziggler.
but I like to imagine that dog replaced Dolph Ziggler on the roster.
He probably did. Because we haven't seen.
Go. Bye-bye, Dan.
Do your taxes.
Captain McKay says, no taxes, Nigel Bravo. Retaining the Monopoly Championship was absolutely breathtaking. And that's one of the main problems I have with that game is how many people fucking supported that dirty, lying cheater. And everyone who watched it knows he was a cheater. I caught him underpaying several times. You're just ripping farts while I'm talking here, you piece of shit. Jazz James says, this should be your new thing for Raw Talks. Just take phone calls every week.
Right.
It could be fun. We're not going to overload it. None of this was planned.
No.
Like share the link yet, make sure you do, because this is the product of wrestling that we're looking to sell.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So watch Xavier Woods on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, Colin and Greg Live. His episode today was fantastic. And you know what? I do have a little clip I can show from it because I wanted to show it to you. Xavier lost a bet and he had to eat a hot dog that had like 6 spoonfuls of mayonnaise on it.
You sent this to me.
Mayonnaise just smells like salt. Do you have a puke bag? Because if I throw up. Kevin, give me a trash. I got it. I got a trash can. I'm already sick. Dan, put this next to me. Okay. I'm so happy. I know there's a lot of people watching this. Right now, you have 5,000. Yeah. Oh my God, who's out of the fucking side? Well, you got to clean that. I got.
I love it. Is it Dan Riker?
Dan Riker.
He's
yeah.
like, oh, like, I love.
Oh, the whole time Xavier was back there, Dan Riker was like, he's such a baby. And then he left, and Colin goes, you know, Austin, because that's Xavier's real name. He goes, you know, Austin, the other day Dan ate so much Taco Bell that he threw up. He vomited. And Xavier goes, of course he did. He's a child. He goes, he doesn't know when to stop eating. And then Dan Riker walks back in. He goes, how do people leave you at home by yourself? And Dan goes, I've made almost 3 decades. I'm doing pretty good. It was a really good episode. It was a lot of fun. Xavier is a guy who I hope only success for because he's so much fucking fun to watch.
Yeah.
No matter what he does. And you know what? New Day rocks. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. A little bit of Big E right there.
I can't. I was gonna try to do
the Kofi gift. No, you have to. So Paul Heyman comes out without Brock Lesnar at first, and he cuts. He's talking about how blah blah blah, Undertaker, Lesnar, and what made me so happy is someone finally addressed the low blow.
right.
The main thing that made me think Undertaker was coming back as a heel. The first thing he did was come out and he kicked the #1 babyface in the balls. That's a fucking heel. That's how you book a heel.
Exactly.
And no one said anything about it. They just kind of swept it under the rug.
Right.
Paul Heyman comes out tonight, and the first thing he says is, this is not the Undertaker that we've seen rule his yard for 25 years now. This is not a vindictive, angry, dead man. This is a desperate, submissive bitch.
Yeah.
Who, when he was confronted by a
B-word.
man he's never been able to beat, he resorted to these tactics. You know what I mean? It was
excellent.
He addressed it the way it should have. Finally, someone took care of that. Fuck, Paul Heyman is so good. He's so good.
I don't know how he is so good, man.
He's just the best. He's a Jew who grew up in New York, and his dad was a lawyer, and that's what he heard every day, and he goes, I'm going to do that shit. That's like one of the first things he said in his DVD. He goes, all of my promo work is just like, he goes, I don't say like the athlete I work for, that's my clients.
Right.
I'm not a manager, I'm an advocate. These are all things I heard my dad say as a New York Jew lawyer. So he like, fucking Jew motherfucker you.
Yeah.
Oh man. So that made me really happy. And fucking Paul Heyman, he could sell ice to Eskimos. He could sell ketchup to a man in white gloves. He could sell air to a fucking building. That one doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Like, if there's plenty of air in there, people are already in there. What I'm saying is this man can sell anything. And when he pitched this match as the first match that's ever been too big for WrestleMania, it was, you killed it.
Yeah.
That was the best shit anyone's ever said.
Because like after the last couple, last week wasn't the brawl, or was it?
No.
Okay. But yeah, it was just it kind of seemed a little aimless and just kind of like thrown together, not very, like Paul Heyman completely turned like it around of like what this match meant. Single-handedly.
Definitely. No doubt.
No doubt.
And he can do that with anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so fucking good. So fucking good. Didn't you already throw that? Did you go get it?
No.
But one of the things I liked, or that was really weird about this promo, is Heyman is talking about The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that Undertaker called Vince McMahon begging for a rematch with Lesnar at this year's WrestleMania.
Right.
He goes, The Undertaker begs for nothing. And Vince McMahon was smart enough to basically say, I can't let you do that. You will die.
Yeah.
You know, so he made Vince McMahon seem merciful for turning it down, as if he knew Lesnar. He's just making his guy look so good, which Heyman is so good at. Burnout Inc. is in the room and he says, "What's up? What's up?" I figured he said it like truth. You know what I mean? Yeah. Steve says he's still thinking about it. Burnout Inc. doesn't know, but you missed it earlier. Steve Schneider called in to WWE Raw Talks Live for one of the first like purposeful call-ins we've ever had. Like Nigel and Castro have called in to say freelance wrestling and whatnot. But Steve Schneider calls in and says he wants to fight Captain McKay June 16th of 2016.
Right.
And I said, I can make this happen. Captain McKay calls in. It's a mystery number. I've never seen this phone number before in my life. Calls in and I said, is this Captain McKay?
Mm-hmm.
He says, not only do I want to fight that boy, He's a hair boy. I'm a hair boy. This has got to be a hair versus hair fight. And Burnout Inc., let me tell you, Steve Schneider has not accepted the challenge.
No.
Steve Schneider came in talking all this shit, talking about he's going to smash Captain McKay and whatnot. Captain McKay throws down the gauntlet, and Steve is going, okay. Maybe on my terms. I'll fight you on my terms when the price is right, and it's not tonight. So are we looking at walk, Steve, walk? Walk, Steve, walk? Burnout Inc. is offering to be the referee. You're going to have to apply with the Athletic Commission here in Illinois.
Yeah.
Or just ask me. I'll be like, all right, you know. But that's where we are right now. Captain McKay says me and Yacha, a.k.a. Steve Schneider, have a match, a fight, at June 16 at 61616. That's how we'll promote it from now on. If he accepts, that's what's up, Burnout. Hair versus hair, maybe. You know what I mean? This is huge. This is unprecedented. So let's go down the card real quick before we get the fuck out of here. Main event, the artist formerly known as Mike Charles versus the Cold Turf Personality.
Yep.
Co-main event, Steve Schneider versus Captain McKay Random, and maybe a hair versus hair match. What else?
Definitely.
What else did we book?
Are you fighting?
Nigel Bravo versus Bryce Benjamin and a bag of glass match.
Oh my goodness.
Damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I might fight. I don't know who I'm fighting. I would love to fight someone, but I don't think anybody wants to fight me. You know, for good reason. They'd get submitted in the first round.
I'm sure somebody's gonna fight you.
Yeah, well, they might think they're gonna fight, but they're more just gonna be coming out, touching gloves, and then they'll wake up and I'll be like, "Good job, man." You know what I mean? I think we had a really good show here on Raw Talks Live this week.
I think that's great.
I think it's the best episode of this show we've ever had. Where can the Dan Ans follow you on Twitter?
At TheArtist616.
Where can they follow me?
At IDS616.
You know what I want to talk about?
What?
This Wednesday, we've got our boy name of Jimmy Wendell on the 616 Unitarian podcast. He's a huge Dan. I love that guy. This is his debut on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? You going to talk over me? What the fuck are you, Nick Scarpino? And now you're farting at me. You're just the worst. You're the fucking worst.
I don't fart.
What Let's Play do you want to do this week? We did MLB The Show last week. We can do Dragon Ball Z Budokan 2. We can do Our Real Monsters, or we can do Justice League Task Force.
Let's do Justice League.
Justice League Task Force goes up this Friday as a 616 Let's Play. If you don't know what it is, it's basically Injustice before Injustice existed on Sega Genesis.
Wow.
We love you, Dan Dans. 61616 is going to be huge. Join us next week for more Raw Talks.
Oh, dude. You know what? I'm sorry you tried to put your head in this. This is going to be like hate some shit.